everyone, I'm Sarah from the Worcester Art Museum, and I'm here to talk to you about a very important question. During these stressful times, how do I have a classical bladed duel against my mortal enemy while also practicing responsible social distancing? As with many things in sword combat, it comes down to reach and your choice of weapon. Now, we all know that for good social distancing, you should keep 6 feet apart from anyone who's not a family member or close friend. As a rule of thumb, the space from your nose and sternum to the tips of your fingers is approximately half your height. I'm a little short, so we're going to call that 30 inches. Your obvious choice is going to be the biggest, scariest weapon that you can lift. Like this. This is actually pretty small for a two-handed sword, but my apartment actually has breed restrictions on pets and weaponry, so it's the best I can do. This is about 30 inches from the tip of the blade down to the crossguard, which you would think is going to double my reach. But I don't actually fight like this. These repro weapons, the nice fancy ones like this, are actually usually made quite heavy. I can't maintain this for more than a few seconds. And once I pull it back to a defensive position, I've really only gained a couple of inches. This is about 39 inches right here between me and my enemy's face. Far, far too close. You could take a dagger. Right, this is 16 inches long, a much better reproduction, very light, only a couple of ounces, and I can hold it at full length for as long as I want to, or pull it in a little bit closer as needed. Now this is going to give me about the same reach as that super long sword did, but at a much more comfortable angle, while giving me my second hand to either pose dramatically or, grab for something else behind me. Your best bet, though, is almost always going to be a sword. Daggers like that, they require you to get in close when you're doing the thrusting and maybe do a bit of grappling, whereas swords, you can usually keep that distance to a certain amount. It's going to be about another 30 inches in the blade, probably about 24 in this case, and only weigh a pound or two if you've got a decent reproduction. You can do a range of attacks with it, which is going to mostly keep your enemy at that 6-foot distance. The problem remains, though, when you go in for your killing blow, you're gonna need to get very, very close. That brings us to the best possible solution, which is a polearm. Now, I know what you're thinking. I am a nobleman or noblewoman. I am a knight of the warrior class. And your polearm, spears, halberds, glaives, these are infantry weapons. This is below my station. First off, never think that. If you are a warrior, you should be adaptable. You should be willing to use whatever weapon you want. Where do I get one? Because right now, you might not be able to run down to your local blacksmith and order one up. This is where you're in luck. Most medieval polearms are based on similar designs to farm tools, which means whatever improvised weapon you've got at hand is probably going to be acceptable. This broom handle is over 40 inches long and can comfortably be held like this. In fact, a good thrust like that is going to be at least 5 feet away from my face, which means I might have to get a little bit inside that social distance bubble, but I'm still going to be able to land my hit. As a bonus, you can always flip it around, take out your ceiling fan, and also your enemy's head. Now, these are all, as I said, ways to fight your duel using traditional knightly hand-to-hand combat weapons. But once we've accepted that under the right circumstances, anything can be a knightly weapon, you're probably going to need to look at a ranged weapon. So you can be dueling with pistols, crossbows, or magic wands, Expelliarmus. I hope this answers any questions that you might have had about how to duel while keeping your social distancing intact. If you have any further questions about arms or weaponry, please comment on them below. We would also love to see your pictures of your social distancing dueling weapons. If you've got a reproduction sword, or if you just want to improvise with something from around the house, please give us a picture of yourself in both an attacking position and a defensive position below. Thank you all, and please stay safe out there.